All right, Shabbat Shalom. Looks like we are live. Earlier today, just so I want to say, like I mentioned in my last live stream, I wanted to start just doing videos of myself reading the Bible, and I did my first one today of Genesis 1. My next one, I plan on starting the New Testament, Matthew 1, and then I'll go back and forth between the two. And so I've got a new playlist on my channel. Let me see. Okay, bring over here for us to look at. I'll just share this real quick. There we go. Yep. So it's just reading the Old Testament / Tanakh, and then once I get Matthew 1 read, I'll start a new one with reading the New Testament. So stop sharing that quick, and I'm gonna quickly find this, bring it up so I have it in a second window, just in case I need it. And now I'll get started working on the commentary, as you have in the title, the one I've been working on before. Turn on my spoiler banner. Excuse me. And today I'm at a point now where I'm like, share my screen. I've been working on it on my own off camera, and so I got quite a ways through. So then I tried timing it. I'll like recite it to see if whether or not it's too long, and it is too long, even though I haven't finished it. So I'm going to start working on like trimming it down, and then also and then finishing it as I get towards the end. So what I do at this point, what I'll do is I'll make a copy of the file, and I'll call it final. And the final one is the one that I intend to present and make into a video. And the reason I do that is I don't want to like throw out anything that I've compiled in case I might need it for a later study or something, like a later message, or it might come in handy for another commentary. And so right now, and then if I add, and so at this point, all I have to do is I can like delete stuff from the final one. But if there's anything, but then later on, if I add stuff to the final one that I want to at this point, and then later on, if I decide I want to get rid of it rather than just doing that, I'll move it into the original one. It might be kind of hard to follow, but I was thinking of maybe setting up Git. Oh, how's it going?
Good.
Okay. I'm setting up Git on my computer, so I have like a revision control system. I haven't gotten around to yet. Don't know if I will, because it's pretty much. I still think I want the two files, but so yeah. This first slide I want to keep around, and I think where I can save a lot of time is from this sermonette. So, like we're talking about why, I wanted to start out why is Rosh HaShanah read, or why is Genesis 21 and 22 read on Rosh HaShanah / Yom Teruah. So, I'll keep this as an introduction. Excuse me, but I won't need all this reading of these extra canonical documents and stuff. And I think, and so these two slides I can combine into one. And then I'm going to recite. I'll put there, so then I can just delete this slide altogether. And I think I don't want the text to be too small. Because when I'm presenting it at church, if you're like sitting in the back and the text is even with the big screen, it can be hard to read. But I think this says a font size of 37. Usually I try to go above 30, so this should be fine. There's a question that I get asked every year. Why are these two? Okay. Oh, yeah. So then I don't need this sentence. Just leave my 3 dots. Forget what that's called. Just to show that I'm skipping a portion. See, so this makes sense. Why are these the Torah readings? Rosh Hashanah. Why Genesis 21 and 22? In truth, we do not know. Then she then went on to give a couple explanations. And then I think this first one, I think I'll take out as well. It's, it doesn't really contribute to the main point. So I think I can give a couple explanations. We'll look at one of them. I'm trying to think of a good way to transition into the next slide. Then I went on to give a couple explanations. I think I'll do that. We'll look at one of them. I'll change it later if I think of some better. One convincing, spiritually disappointing explanation is that the Torah readings of Rosh Hashanah are actually polemical. You keep going back and forth on whether I want this sentence in. I think since I'm trying to save time, I'll take it out. Actually, I could take this out, this whole slide out. And well, maybe because I could take it out. I mean, I want to I don't want to misrepresent what he's trying to say, because how he feels about this one. But so I'll keep this one in. But I could take it out and maybe put just how he finds it disappointing and controversial, just in the text I recite in the prior slide. But okay, now I noticed this Va'adonai Pakad et Sarah. I don't have the explanation here anymore because that was in an earlier slide. So this is why, it's good to have kept this. Let me see. Bring that. Do that. Does this make sense? In the early Christian tradition, and remember, Christianity and Rabbinic Judaism grew up to be entwined with one another. The birth of Isaac was linked with the miracle birth of Jesus. Vadonai Pakad et Sarah, as a foreshadowing of visiting of Yeshua's mother. It's really God's remembering. Actually, I think I'll put in. I'll do it because most people won't know what Va'adonai Pakad et Sarah means. I wouldn't know it if I hadn't read it. So then it says God's remembering of Sarah with the child. Then I'll put that in brackets to show that it wasn't the original text. Just like I did with Yeshua's mother, that part actually I added myself. So in the early Christian tradition, and remember, the birth of Isaac was linked with the miracle birth of Jesus. God's remembering of Sarah with the child as foreshadowing a visiting of Yeshua's mother Mary. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. I want to shrink it down just so it's and once last part still in there. I think I'll make it bigger. Just the readability. For the days which were okay, I think I'll need to leave. I want to keep this part in the early Christian calendar. the Akedah. And like a lot of this I recently read, the parts in below while I was doing the timing, so I'm not going to bother like really reading those parts right now. Similarly, the Akedah, the binding of Isaac, is known in early Christianity tradition as the sacrifice of Isaac. So by these patches, okay, yeah. So that's pretty much the conclusion. I want to keep that. Keep this. I'll keep this one for now. I do want to have the recap. I'll read this so introducing what I'll be talking about. And I do want to mention the burnt offering quick too, because just to reference back the other one I did, title. This will keep for ram is a yield, introduce ram. And so this is a pattern. I'll keep these slides and then I'm going to apply the same pattern later on where I just summarize passages instead of like reading them all out. So like the numbers 20, oh I got 28 and 29. And then 29. Interestingly, earlier in Genesis 22, we read, but Isaac spoke to Abraham, his father, and said, my father. And he said, here I am, my son. Okay. Let's just check. Okay. Abraham said God would provide a lamb, and God provided a ram. We see rams and lambs used synonymously a lot in the context of offerings. Yeshua was referred to as the lamb. Okay, now this part I can actually, okay, yeah, this one I might. Let me just keep those two passages. Ram was offered in Isaac's place as Jesus was offered in our place. Why a ram instead of a lamb in this case? I don't think I'm getting my point across here, so I want to think of a better way to say this more explicit. Or here, I'll do it. But why a ram instead of a lamb in this case? What's the make that distinction? You use okay. Okay, yeah, these ones I can start putting together. At least those two slides. More. Okay, yeah, because I don't think I need to go into that much detail as I have on that slide. So what I'm going to do is put a yield. Nice. Mighty men. Okay, so this is Exodus 15:15. Verse 15, verse 15. I don't want all those. No, I'll just do that. Oops. And then Ezekiel 17, verse 13. So Ezekiel 17. Actually, I will do this. I'll just do it long way. Oops. Oh, no, it's holding the wrong key. Shift Enter. It's a little bigger, but I won't read these just to save time. I'll just copy. It's a weird thing in I found in PowerPoint. So if you look in here, the cursor is blinking at the end of the line, but if I hit Enter, it cuts off before the word slide there. So I have to actually hit my end key to move it to the end of the line. I don't know if that's like a bug with PowerPoint or something. But okay, so then I can get rid of these slides. Okay, here I'll put them. Sometimes I yield translated to mighty or mighty men. Let's see. For example, the original Hebrew of Exodus 15 had Nayil, and it was translated to the Greek word in the Septuagint that means lords. And so I don't think I need that. I don't know that. Ayil is translated to mighty or mighty men. For example, the original Hebrew of Exodus 15 had Ayil and was translated to a Greek word in the Septuagint that means lords. Daniel 8:20, the ram which you saw having the two horns. I'll read this one. They are the kings of Media and Persia. In Daniel 8, Daniel had a vision involving a ram and a goat. Verse 20 stated that the ram, the Ayil, represented kings. So the Ayil also represents leaders and powerful men. There are several passages that refer to Jesus as king. Okay, and yeah, a lot of these I can combine now. So this would actually be John 12, 15. Or actually, let me just try this. I'll try put them all on here and just see how it looks. And I'll probably just use the citations. It gets to be too much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one here is already cramped. Maybe it'll be okay since I'm not actually reading it all. But I do like to have them just so like people could watch the video later on. They can reference them. I think I don't need to keep this that there. So this should save lots of time in my reading. Delete that one. I'll be just a moment. All right, we're back. We looked at a couple more. These, Jesus and the cross. This I will also consolidate. There we go. That slide. Bible. I often think of how Jesus was crucified on the cross. The ram dying for Isaac alone is prophetic of how Jesus, the King of Kings, would die on the cross as an offering for us. Thicket gives some more detail. The Hebrew word is sabak. It comes from the Hebrew word sabak, Sebak, the Hebrew Sabak. So it's just a couple different vowel pointers. It means in the weave, and we see this when we look at how it was used elsewhere in the Tanakh. His roots wrap around the rock heap. Yeah. So I might want to take this out. I might leave that in for now. And then I can put these two together. Oops. 18. This will be Sabak and thorns. And 19. I'm going to have to check my carriage returns. 110. Oh, now I got two different sizes of font. Oh. Yeah, I gotta turn the, there we go. My carriage returns consistent. Just copy this over. I can delete that slide, and I'll make sure this. Okay. So this I don't read slide. Sabak is where the forest vegetation would be interwoven. So a couple of times the Tanakh, or a couple times the Tanakh mentions thorns with the Sabak. That sentence is redundant, so I should be able to move like that. Okay. This sentence says, caught in the thicket there probably include thorns. I think this may have been as far as, oh, no. I think this is as far as I read before when I ran out of time. As Jesus was crowned with their woven thorns on his head. Just get that explicitly across. At his crucifixion. Ram said kind of think it was perfect of Jesus being crowned with thorns. And his, well, I say it there, so let me change this. Jesus was crowned with interwoven thorns at his crucifixion. I want to use kind of like Okay, say at his crucifixion twice. With thorns. The ram's head caught in thick was prophetic of Jesus being crowned with thorns at his crucifixion. They call him king, just as a ram can represent king. We're getting quite a picture of Yeshua's crucifixion. I'll use the same word to make them Yeshua's sacrifice. Now let's look at horns. The word for horn is karen. Along with it used elsewhere for the horns on the heads of animals, we see horns on the altar. These ones let's see. Well, we just have that one there. What do I have this side here for? Shall make them on the courtyard. I should be able to just read this. You shall make an altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits. Shall make its horns on its 4 corners. Yep. So the altar had a horn on each of its 4 corners. Let's look at what was done with these horns. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, all of these ones I should be able to consolidate. Let's think about the best way of doing it. Yeah, I'm almost done with it now. Let me just try to consolidate these quick. I'm not sharing, sorry about that. Present. Oh wait, yeah, I'm sharing it, I just don't have the right. There. Sorry, I didn't change my view. So that won't be fun for people watching this later on. Let's see. Shall also have the bull brought before the tabernacle meeting. Horns. See this one. Okay, this one has a few of them. So let me make a new slide where I just alter horns. I consolidate all these ones. It's 9, 10 through 12. Make this bigger. It's easier to read. Now I'll make this bigger too as I add more on axis. 30, 10. 10. Blood was placed. So what is this forgetting? You shall make an altar burn incense. You shall overlay itself. Okay. And Aaron shall make atonement upon his horns. Okay. Blood was also placed on the horns. Let's see, once a year for atonement on Yom Kippur. 4. And the priest shall put some of the blood on the horns of the altar of sweet incense, which is the tabernacle. He shall pour their name blood, face of the burnt offering. Okay. Okay. Yep. Burnt offering. And I can put, or nope, it is sin offering. Leviticus 4, sin offering, and then I got each verse. To look a little nicer. Do it this way. I'll make it consistent, so use the dashes instead of the colon. So take that out. So Leviticus 8, and you brought the both. Take the blood and put some of the horns of the altar all around with his finger and pure. Okay, yeah, so that's just the. Okay, it's Leviticus 8, Leviticus 16. So, that's David told Leviticus 16, 18. I'll put that in here too. Leviticus 16, 18. Take that one out. Leviticus 8, what's this one? The sin offering. 4:7. I think this one will just leave out. So then, so this isn't, I mean, of course, an exhaustive list of verses. And now, actually, yeah, I'm going to copy this down here, but I'm going to switch it up. So the top part, of course, will be what's displayed, and the bottom part will be what I read. So Aaron and his sons were consecrated as priests. They put the blood of the sacrificial animal on the horns of the altar. So put just Aaron and his sons consecrated as priests. Okay, and then also placed on the horns of the altar atonement on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, day of atonement. Blood was placed on 4 horns for sin offerings. Let's see, person sins unintentionally. Let's see, person sins unintentionally. Whole congregation of Israel sins unintentionally. Trying these up. Ruler sinned. And people. I'll make these all past tense. Unintentionally. Sinned unintentionally. Ruler sinned. And people sinned unintentionally. As sin offering. Sin offerings. All right, let's see. These all this. Okay, it's a little bigger. I'll try to make these increase the font. Okay, I was just reading. When Aaron and his sons were consecrated as priests, they put the blood on the sacrificial animal on the horns of the altar. Blood was also placed on the horns of the altar for atonement on Yom Kippur, and blood was placed on the four horns for sin offerings. And sin. Okay, oh, that's something. I want to say something with this slide, so it's not just. So that they just don't show it quick. Okay, so each time I say, okay, yeah, so I'll tie them together here. So the blood was placed on the horns, and the horns were located on the four corners of the altar. There are articles saying that historically crucifixion also included. Oh, Jesus' four corners pierced. Yeah. Okay, this is another one I don't think I'll read. Unless I have time, I might add this one back in. Articles stating that historically crucifixion also included nails in the feet. So the hands. Actually, I think I will. I'm mentioning hands in there, and then in this part, I mentioned on the bottom, I mentioned the feet. And then if this would be another spot I can trim out if I still need to save time. And the altar horns for atonement, blood and shoes. Yeah. Oh yeah, all of these ones. Yeah, since I've got the final one, all these ones I can delete from here. All right, now I'll just come up with something to wrap this up. So the sacrifice of the ram whose horns were caught in a thicket were prophetic of how Yeshua, the Lamb, and King, don't capitalize Lamb, so Lamb and King would be crowned with thorns and pierced thorns and hung on a cross. Let me actually, yeah. So it's perfect. Oh, Yeshua, Lamb and King would be sacrificed for us. Would be crowned with thorns and pierced his four corners when nailed to a cross. And recall the earlier connections we looked at. Wait, actually, just as the ram died in the place of Isaac, Jesus died in our place. Just as Isaac survived, Yeshua survived. He rose from the dead. Okay. Rose from the grave to conquer sin and death on our behalf. There's one more usage of the word Ayil. I will look at. In Joshua 6:2. In the account of the destruction of Jericho. The Lord said to Joshua, "See, I've given Jericho into your hand, its king and the mighty men of valor. It shall come to pass when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, when you hear the sound of the trumpet, that all the people shall shout with a great shout, then the wall of the city will fall down flat. The people shall go up every man straight before him." Oops. Only almost turn on the sticky key. This ties in perfectly. Actually, let's see another tie to passage. Today's portion to the Feast of Trumpets. The horns also represent victory. Oh, actually. It's also, yeah. So represent victory. And started at let's see, tie in with what we at today. She was sacrifice is us. Keep that in your mind as we blow our shofars today. Today, and this season. Season of holidays. To celebrate for us. Shabbat Shalom. There. Fun. At least with my initial version of it. So I will. Now what I'll do is I'll just go over it later on and read it to see if the timing fits, and if it's not too long, and then I'll probably change some of the stuff I say and stuff like I recite. Hopefully I'll be done now for the streams. And so now I would like to take a break and then think I'll start. Well, actually, maybe I'll just stop here for today. And if I get a chance to, I'll do another stream today. But if not, hopefully later on or next week or something. And then I can, since I should have this wrapped up, I can start streaming about the other project that I'd like to work on my Sabbaths. So. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.